Hi, everyone. I'm Jeremy Hoffman. I'm the Chief Scientist here at the Science Museum of Virginia, and I'd like to share with you an exciting opportunity for you to get outside, stay socially distanced from those around you, but still collect some amazing environmental data about the world around you as we live through the COVID-19 crisis. So let me share my screen with you and we'll get started. Now, what we're going to be doing is collecting crowdsourced community science data about ambient noise and sound around us. How are we going to do that? And first of all, what is even sound to begin with? Well, sound is an energy, just like light or electricity. It is measured in a relative intensity scale that compares very quiet sounds to very loud sounds. And these are known as decibels. So things that are around 0, 10 decibels are very quiet things like breathing and the rustling of leaves and the whispers of those around us. And then on the very opposite side of the scale, very loud sounds, very high decibels are things like jet engines and fireworks. If we're around those noises for too long, we can suffer extreme damage to our hearing systems, like our ears and our eardrums. Somewhere in the middle, though, is things like general conversation around 60 decibels, and then things like cars and city traffic and trucks. Now, why is this important? Well, turns out that places like Richmond and major cities all over the country experience a relatively louder soundscape than the rural areas surrounding them. This map from the National Park Service shows that our cities show up as little tiny bright spots, but it's not so much the light that's making it bright, it's the sound. These are higher average decibels in our urban areas brought on by a concentration of us going about our hustle and bustle in vehicles like cars and trucks. Now, why would that matter and why would we want to be measuring noise now? Well, as many of you know, several states around the country issued stay-at-home orders over the last couple months in response to the COVID-19 crisis. This then has had a huge impact on the number of passenger vehicle travel trips going on around the country. This is a graph showing up on this graph is going to be the total amount of traffic on our roads as compared to February 2020. And across this graph is going to be from March into April. And so what we can see on the blue line is the 7-day average of total nationwide passenger vehicle travel over those 2 months. Now, there was about a 45% decrease in the total amount of in passenger vehicle travel during this time period. Now, good question would be, well, did it get quieter? And as we recover from the COVID-19 crisis, will it get louder again? This presents us with a really good hypothesis, and one that we can test relatively easily using science. Our hypothesis will be is that there's no difference between no difference in urban quiet or loud spaces between now and sometime vaguely in the future. Now, why would we want a hypothesis like this? Well, given amount of evidence that we can collect, we can say we either accept this hypothesis, that it's stayed about the same noise level throughout the past couple months, or we can reject the hypothesis if we show that it has indeed gotten louder. But how are we going to do that? I'm glad you asked. This is how you're going to take ambient noise measurements from around your neighborhood, your backyard, your neighborhood park. First, you need to get yourself a smartphone. Anything will do, like an iPhone or an Android. Then go to wherever you get your smartphone apps and type in ANIC data. It's free, and there are a lot of other projects that you can learn to contribute to after you've started out on this one. So download the ANIC data app in the App Store or on Google Play. Then, when you're in the app, register with an email address, a username for yourself, and a unique password that you can keep secret. All right, once you've done that, then open up the app, use the Search Find Projects toolbar, and search for Silent Earth. This is the project that we're going to be contributing to that then we can analyze to test our hypothesis. Join up with the Silent Earth project and we can get started. Now, it's going to be critical that you select a time during the day that you're going to go out and take regular measurements. Now, why would that be important? Well, by comparing the same day or the same time on different days, we can see how, based on the weather, the day of the week, if it's a weekday or a weekend, or if it's now closer to now or further in the future, we know relatively how the noise level changes at the same time during the day. So first, you're going to open up the Anecdata app, go to the Silent Earth page. The blue button there that says Add Observation, click on it. When you open this up, it'll take a look at where you are in space and supply a latitude and longitude spot for where you're standing. Then you'll press the green button here that says Take Measurement. It will automatically take a measurement as long as it needs to on your phone, and it will keep that noise level, and it will show you the decibels that are around you. Should be somewhere between about 30 and maybe about 60 decibels. Then once it's done taking that measurement, why don't you make sure that you click on if you heard any human-made noises, like did you cough or did somebody say something to you? Then also, were there loud insects like a cricket or wind in the trees rustling a bunch of leaves about? Then, as we know right now, and many times during the spring, there are songbirds that are chirping. Be sure to keep track if there are just any of those strange noises that may have appeared in your recording, just to keep it, just so that we can take a look at that later on. Then, if you'd like to share, if you have some sort of hearing impairment or have tinnitus, please click on that button. Then you're able to take and add in a photo of where you're standing, where you took the measurement, or anything else important that you might need to take down. You can write in the field notes portion of the observation. When you're finished, just click Save, and you'll be able to contribute as many data points as you like to this project. So get outside, try it out, and start taking measurements. Again, keep track of where you go and what time you're taking measurements, because we'd like you to do that repeatedly at the same place at the same time. Now, we'd like to further include some particular milestones. Be sure to try it out in a couple of places and see where the quietest spots around your neighborhood are. Do you have a favorite spot in the woods nearby your house? Do you have a favorite spot in the backyard? Go to that same place at the same time and take multiple measurements. Then on May 19th, we're collaborating with RVA Bike Month, a program of sports backers and BikeWalk RVA, to take measurements all at the same time around the city. Now, if you'd like to participate, go to rvabikemonth.com and be sure to go out on your bicycle, bring your phone with you, and take measurements in a place that you might not otherwise. We're going to try and centralize our measurements around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this is about the time after rush hour when cars might be off the highway anyway. So this gives us a really good idea of the relative just background noise of the city. So May 19th, 8 p.m., get out on your bike with your family and friends and take some noise measurements. Finally, continue making measurements throughout the summer. This will be a really interesting way for us to continue to make updated maps and charts to see how the amount of noise around the Richmond region changes through time and as we recover from the COVID-19 crisis. So thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to reach out and go to our website at smv.org to learn more and to see what it is we're finding with our community science noise measurements. Thank you so much and good luck. Have fun finding some quiet spots around your neighborhood.